Hi, today I'm going to be talking about our toxic food environment and being a health deviant. So we know that our environment is now setting us up to be overweight and obese. We know this because almost everyone in our country is now overweight or obese. They say 70%. And upwards of 70% of Americans are overweight, and over 90% of Americans are over fat, even if they're within normal weight, which is defined as having excess body fat to the degree that is causing impaired health. So that is really significant. It's something that we need to take into account, realize, and so that we are understanding that it's not our willpower and it's not a lack of our activity, that we're actually more active now than we have been in the last over 20 years. And it's not making an impact in the direction we want it to. So we need to think about what we're putting in our mouth, and that saying of you can't out exercise a bad diet is really important for us to think about, and thinking about the way we are sold to on a day-to-day basis. They say that the kids are exposed to over 10,000 food commercials related to candy, fast food, soda, and sugary cereals per year. So from a very young age, we are fed information about food that is scientifically engineered to make us not get satisfied, for us to be less satiated, for us to want more, so that notice when you eat something junky, what it takes for you to feel satisfied. It usually takes, for me, I notice if I'm eating something junky or sugary, I usually want so much that I'll keep wanting it until I don't feel good. And that's my stop instead of the natural stop. And you notice that animals in nature, when they're eating what they're supposed to eat, are not overweight. Animals become overweight when we start feeding them processed food, and then they lose their natural gauge within themselves to stop eating, just like humans do, right? We have stretch chemicals in our stomach that when our stomach is stretched by bulk and fiber that come from whole foods, whole plant-based foods, then that tells our brain to stop eating. And without that, without those natural sensations of those stretch chemicals, then we keep eating and keep eating and keep eating, and we want more than we naturally would. So scientists work on finding, they call it like a sweet spot, where there's enough salt and enough sugar and enough fat that make us not be able to stop. That's their goal, right? That their intention is not for our health, but for their stockholders, and to be able to sell more of their product. That is their number one priority in producing food, is that they sell more, and to do that, our health is sacrificed. So it's really important to understand that no one gains from us eating less food, right? So we have to be in charge of that nobody that sells to us, that markets to us all day long, is interested in our being healthier also, but in our not buying all of these products that are causing the demise of the health of our society. So we have to be willing to be a deviant. That means we have to be willing to be different than the rest of society and different than the majority of society. One, in watching what we're marketed to, and like the television ads and all of those things, and knowing that of course they make a difference in the way that we shop, or companies would not be spending millions of dollars in commercials if it didn't work to brainwash us. So watch what we put, the information we're putting into our heads. And then also thinking about, if somebody is scientifically engineering something to make you not feel satisfied, is that something that you want to be eating? Something that you're going to want so much of that you're going to feel ill, or more than you need, and without getting the nutrients you need, and just filling you up with empty calories. So be willing to be different. Be willing to protect your mind from the input of our modern food, toxic food environment, and then thinking about eating things that really stretch your stomach, that whole food, plant-based food, that stretches our stomach out and makes us really feel satisfied, not only nutrient satisfied, but really that sense of fullness that we get from our stomach being stretched. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening, and we'll post a video on this too with all the science behind it.